Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It's just about 7:50 a.m. So if you're getting to work for 8 a.m. and dropping the children off to school, you have 10 minutes to get there. Remember to drive safely on our nation's roads this morning. Remember, safety is your MO this morning. All right, we continue conversations this morning in studio with our guest, and we're speaking with Mr. Garry Melville and Ms. Karren Baptiste. They are event coordinators for the B.H.S High School Class of 79 reunion. I know we spoke about a reunion recently, but this is another one. Don't get confused. This is another reunion coming out of B.H.S, and of course, it's always a good thing to have reunions to reconnect with people who are special to you, who you have not seen over the years. We see how things are happening here in the world. So let us reconnect. Good morning and welcome to you guys.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Right. And so we're talking class reunion, and we're going all the way back to 1979. Some of us were not born yet. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's so good to see that you can go so far back in time to reconnect with people who you sat next to in class. And before the conversation started, I heard you talking about somebody who was your benchmate in first form, so of course it's I'm sure it's very nostalgic, and that you all are enjoying preparing for this reunion. So tell us a little bit about it.
Hi, good morning, and thanks to Tobago Baptiste for being able to entertain us this morning. Well, as you would have said, 1979, that's 45 years ago since we graduated. This June will make 45 years, and of course, 50 years in September since we actually started B.H.S. Mm-hmm. So for us, it's really a special time, because we normally keep reunions over every 5 years or so, but this one, we felt would have been particularly special given the time frame and so on. And so therefore, what we have is a reunion that is planned for the weekend of August the 9th. It's really a 3-day reunion. Karren will give some details in terms of what we're doing over the days, but it was really spurred on, as I said, as you would have noted, about the need for the connection. And I think the reunion you're referring to before there had to do with the class of 1974.
That's right.
That's the class I graduated when we came in.
Right.
And it seemed from what I saw on Facebook and so on that they had a ball.
Yes.
Maybe we may not be as exuberant as they are, but we have we have a group that we have a lot to basically share, and the reunion is really about essentially 50 years of friendship. Right.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to give some more details about.
Okay, so we begin this reunion on Friday, as he said, and we start with a meet and greet, right? So it will just be like we are meeting people again after a very long while, and so it's just for us to meet, climb a little bit, and renew those connections that we had long ago. On the Saturday, that's going to be our gala dinner. So, we're going to dress up nice and things for that.
Yes.
And, just have a ball, as ball is, right? And on the Sunday, we're going to have our church service in the morning. And in the evening, we're going to just have a nice little boat ride where we're going to, again, renew those connections that we had so long ago.
This is sounding so bougie. It's sounding so
Bougie,
classy.
no.
It's sounding so classy.
It is classy.
Yes,
classy.
really, really classy. I like the composition of the events that you're having, for this weekend. The church service, of course, very important.
Yes,
and a boat ride, I really am looking forward to things like this, because I love to see people reconnect,
yes.
Especially over that 50-year period. That's a long time. And while some people might still be residing in Tobago, you might see some of them.
Yes.
There are some who might have traveled, so what is it like in terms of getting people to come back? What has the response been like, and, stuff like that?
Well, it continues to grow, because as you said, there are persons who stayed in Tobago. Some of our classmates are persons who have been contributing to the Tobago Society over a long period of time in various capacities. You have people like Dr. Victor Wheeler, a classmate of ours, who has been in the field of medicine, and Mr. Louis Charles, who has been the GM of Mount Pleasant Credit Union for some time now, and is also one of Tobago's resident dance
That's
schools and so on, right?
Yeah.
These are our classmates of ours who have been here. We also have a number of classmates overseas who some of them are entrepreneurs, just as we have also classmates who are here who are entrepreneurial. We have Mr. Clement Bob, the guy who makes the chocolate and so on. That's our classmate. So there are a lot of there's a lot of that we look forward to as a group, and the response has been pretty good so far. We're trying to encourage as much as possible everybody who can come to be able to participate. And we are aware that some people may not be able to make all 3 days of the events. So that we have structured the reunion in such a way that if you can only make it to the meet and greet, that can be accommodated. If you can only make it to the gala, that can be accommodated. If you can only be with us on Sunday, that can be accommodated. So it's really about trying to find a way to be as inclusive as possible over the weekend.
All right. Do you have a theme for the event, or is it still in the working? Because I know it's in August, so you probably still have time planning and, collaborating with ideas. Do you have a theme so far for the event?
Karen?
There was a theme, yes, but it's just so long that right now I can't remember what that theme is.
That's all right.
One of our classmates would have done that.
Yeah,
Mr.
or resident creative mind.
yes, right. But it has to do with renewing the relationship. Forgetting what has gone and then looking forward to an even better life ahead, regardless of what age we are. Life is what we make it.
That's right.
Right. So we could always say life is good.
That's right.
Right. So we have that general idea in the back of our heads, and that is what's going to push us as we have this reunion, to renew those connections with people who we have not seen in ages. Of course, there's some people that you're always in connection with on WhatsApp, but we want to meet people. We want to see them. We want to remind them of the tricks they used to play, the mischief they used to play. When you meet and have that connection, it's different from when you're talking online.
That's right, and that leads me to my next question. I was just about to ask, when, especially at the meet and greet, you'll be talking about, you remember when so and so, and you remember this. I want to know some of the stories that you all are going to be talking about. Like, what is one of your most memorable things that happened in school, whether it's mischief, whatever it is? Can you share with us this morning what is one of your most memorable moments in school?
Garry, you better take that. I got to think about mine.
No, Karen. I
feel you two were the mischief makers,
He was always a quiet person. He was just so quiet. Sometimes, he's the person you would want to pinch or to do, because he's just so quiet. I don't ever remember seeing Garry angry in school,
Wow.
But then maybe with the ladies, he might be that way, but with the men, maybe it's a different. But I could never, ever remember seeing Garry angry in school. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been trying to get some mischief out of them this morning. But
we had some very strong characters in our group. We had people like Courtney Peterson. I don't know if you know Courtney. Courtney is a guy who is always upbeat, always bubbly, and there would be a number of stories. You have people like Selwyn Adams.
That's right.
The late Peter Drakes, one of our classmates who no longer with us, and so on. So guys like that really kept us entertained, and kept everything being various classes being interested. We had
don't forget our teachers,
interesting teachers, which are part of the reunion, part of our gala, is to try to invite those of our teachers who are still with us on the Saturday night, and to pay a little homage to them, and maybe even give them a little token of appreciation, because they were wonderful in terms of, a lot of us know that the people that we have become is mainly and partly due to their influence and the things that they have taught us for the years and so on. And we had our teachers themselves, very strong characters, people like Mr. Noel Sosa and so on. None of us can remember. I could give you an incident with Karen and Mr. Sosa, but we ain't going to do that.
almost got
that. Not today. We had a teacher called Mr. Gene Smith.
Yeah,
boy, he was something else. That is one of the things you're going to be talking about. Our class teacher from 1 to 5, that was Miss Agnes Thomas.
Yes, another.
And then our principal for that period too was Mr. Caruth.
Yeah, Mr. Caruth, for most of that period,
Wow,
Yes.
absolutely awesome. You know, I feel as if I want to be there. I was not in class of 79, but I almost feel as if I want to be there just to have those conversations, you know, from 50 years ago, you know, all the way up, you
Yes.
know, to see the transformation, you know. And so I want to wish you guys the very, very best as you continue to plan and prepare for your event, which is taking place in August from the 9th
Ninth, yes, to the ninth,
here in
yes.
Tobago. So all of class of 79, you don't want to miss, based on what I've heard this morning and based on all the giggles we've had in studio this morning. You don't want to miss it, of course. So this is an invitation being extended to you to ensure you come out and support your class reunion, reconnect with some of your classmates and hear what's happening, what's going on, and even make plans for the future while you still have life. And so I want to wish you all the very, very best. We've been speaking with Mr. Garry Melville and also Ms. Karren Baptiste, who are coordinators of the Bishop's High School class of 79 reunion taking place in August. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the morning show on Tobago Updates, but it's not where we end our programming. We head on over to Tobago Notes and then to GMT. So stay with us, and as you stay with us, of course, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live.